Hello, Jay. It's so lovely to have you on here. If you could just kind of tell us who you are, what you do, and what it is that you want us to really dive into today.
Yeah, so I'm Jay. I'm a online breakthrough coach. So I've recently just kind of rebranded my coaching business. So essentially what I do is I used to do kind of just solely fitness coaching, but I'm transitioning a little bit more to do more life coaching with the fitness included. So it's
Mhm.
like a full life transformation breakthrough. Because obviously I found out through doing the fitness coaching that it's not the workout plan, the nutrition plan that people need help with. It's the actual sticking with it, getting past that trying stage and actually just building that consistency. So that's kind of what I do. Today, I was kind of hoping to get a little bit of insight into why I am feeling such resistance to obviously I've just made this shift and now I want to like double my prices.
Mhm.
But I'm definitely feeling some resistance to that and pulling back in kind of all areas of my business because of it. And it makes me just feel like I'm doubting the service. I'm doubting just, you start doubting everything. So I just want to know whether that's just me kind of reaching my like upper limit or is something not aligned. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. So it'd be great to get
Mhm.
some insight on that.
So, would you say your main goal right now is to feel full trust in yourself that you can charge, you can double your prices and feel fully confident in that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I feel like is missing. I'm just not trusting my own voice right now and like my decisions. I'm just second guessing everything and
Mhm.
looking for outside external things to kind of back up what I'm trying to put together. But I
Mhm.
just want to be like fully confident in myself and my voice without having to look for that external validation.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that a lot throughout the session. I'm going to tune in. So there might be like a few seconds where I just like tune into myself. So that's what's going to happen now, okay? And like if whoever's listening to this, if I go quiet for a few seconds, that's why. So let me see. I'm going to check what is the main thing blocking you from really like doubling your prices. Okay. So what I got, the main thing here, which is not going to surprise you, is self-image. So that's something that we really need to root into. Specifically, what I got is you feel like you are both too young and too small to charge these prices. So by young, obviously that's just our chronological age, and by small, you have this feeling of I haven't done enough, I am not experienced enough in this area of life coaching plus fitness coaching to really be able to charge these prices. So those are just two things. And there was something else. I'm just going to type them for myself. I always like write while I give the read so that I remember to go back to things. So too young and too small. Okay. There was something else. One second, I'm going to try and tune back into it. I'm getting something to do with the family area of life. So I don't know if that is to do with maybe you growing up in a family where maybe there wasn't as much money or like they wouldn't invest so much in these types of things. But I'm getting that there's almost the root cause is coming from there. And you have this feeling of people won't pay these prices, like it's crazy to even think of charging this much. It does it resonate at all? Do you feel like it's coming from family area of life?
Yeah, there's definitely something there. I don't know if it's so much of like not investing in that type of thing. But for me, one of the big things I think has always been like in the back of my head is my mum. She's always been someone that can never stick to something, always bounces
Hmm.
from, she's never held like a job for a long amount of
Hmm.
time, like bouncing from thing to thing. And like a lot of my childhood, it was kind of seeing her like either feeling a bit depressed or sat on the sofa. And just, she is very much into the life coaching side of things and like always doing different courses, very like, she'd never invest like a large amount of money. Maybe that's where it's coming
Hmm. Yeah.
it would always be like little £30 courses she'd be investing
Hmm.
in. Um,
Hmm.
and obviously, she's just ends up being stuck in this cycle where still
Yeah.
nothing has massively changed.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's always been something that's been in the back of my head is like, I think that's why maybe when I get to a certain point, I feel like overwhelmed with the amount of work that I've got. And then I guess that my brain is like, okay, well, safety is coming back down here again and just,
Yes.
bringing me back to that baseline.
Yes, it's so interesting what you just said because actually before we went on this call, I just did a little mini intuitive read and I wanted to check what are your actually soul strengths when it comes to career because I had this feeling you were going to bring up kind of a soulful career situation. And what I got was two main things are like self-trust, and that actually tested 72%. So that's quite high for you. Like you really have that trust in yourself. We can always increase it. The second thing, and that's a soul strength, meaning this is something that you literally came to this world with, and that's what you're meant to embody in your soulful career, is the capacity to hold a lot. Okay, so that is something that your soul literally has. It's not really something that you need to borrow from someone else. It's something that you have, and that tested at 47%. So that says to me, and that kind of relates to what you were saying. So what I'm getting as I'm talking to you is you have this worry as well of like, okay, when I double my prices, I'm really going to have to provide this like next level service. I'm going to have to really, really give them my all, which we can talk about because, again, there's always this thing of like, the responsibility is ultimately on the client and you charge for the transformation rather than like having to be with them every single second of the day. But you almost have this feeling right now that you are not as capable to hold as much as you want to, and that is also blocking you as well, and that is actually something that you do have inherently in you. So we want to really root into that feeling of you're actually capable on a soul level to hold a lot. That is something that you are capable of doing. So a tool for that, I'm already going to give you a tool for that. So there is one of my favorite tools to give is called the micro moments. So I might give you a few of those tools to a few micro moment tools today. The first one is, and I'm going to get you to just write, like, oh, start a note on your phone. And I want it to be proof that I am capable to hold a lot. Okay. And not just capable, there is another word that's coming to me, without burning out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to send it all to you later, but yeah, feel free to write it down. So essentially, I want that to be the title of your notes app, and every single day, twice a day, morning and evening, I want you to write. And the reason I call it micro moments is I want you to write one moment from the day, from the past few hours, where you proved to yourself that you are able to do just this. Okay. What we want to do here is we want to prove to your subconscious mind that you are this person who can really hold a lot without burning out. Right now, as I said, it's at 47%, which isn't the worst, but obviously isn't the best. We want to tip the scales. So we really want to constantly and daily prove to yourself that you are able to do that. And what's going to happen is, as you do that, as you look for moments like this daily, morning and evening, you will start tuning into those moments more and more. And you also start creating them more and more in your reality. And we're going to slowly just flip that belief that you are not maybe capable to hold as much as you think you can. And when I say micro moments, it can literally be the smallest things. Like it doesn't have to be, I have 27 clients and I was still able to go to, I don't know, to go for a coffee day today, which like is great. But it can also be in the moment of, let me think of like an example. Maybe you had like three clients today freak out about something, and you were able to provide each and every one with good advice, good questions, like whatever it is that they needed. And that took you like 15 minutes and they're all sorted now. Okay. So it's like all of these things, just find it every single day. And it doesn't even have to do with clients. So again, it can be, I I allowed myself to sleep in today and my clients are still okay and my business is still okay.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then, in terms of the self image of you feeling almost too young and too small, I want you to, another micro moment, another ingredient for the micro moment. So you can either do it on a separate note or on the same note. I want it to be proof that I have already done enough to be worth of charging X amount. or you can just say to double my prices. So it's up to you. I think writing the exact amount will be better. Can you even give me one or two micro moments right now, proving to yourself that you have already done enough to charge these prices?
Um, like this is the thing. I know that the service I now am offering is definitely worth more because I'm doing the whole fitness coaching as I was for
Hmm.
previously, the workouts, the nutrition,
Yeah.
the lifestyle, all of that. And then I'm also now doing bi-weekly coaching calls and more kind of coaching through messages as well. So it's like almost two services in one. So hence
Yeah.
why double the price, right? So I know, and it does feel good, but then I just have those moments of like doubt. But I don't know if that's just me kind of like knowing that the clients I have now maybe aren't the clients that I need or like the dream
Hmm.
clients. So it's
Yeah.
just, I guess it's that part of me that's like the people pleasing that just like doesn't want to leave those people behind type thing. But
Hmm.
anyway, that wasn't what
Hmm.
you asked.
Yeah.
Those
So yeah.
moments. So
Mhm.
what have I done recently that proves that?
I
Um,
want you to even think something from this morning or yesterday. Like, don't even think too far.
um, yesterday, or well, recently, I can't remember if it was yesterday or not, but I had not even a call because my client was ill, and this would normally have sent her into like a bit of a downward spiral. So instead of having a call, we just set aside time to message back and forth. And I do feel like I handled that really well in terms of knowing the right questions to ask her, and we definitely uncovered like more of a root cause of like why she was feeling a certain way.
Mhm.
So that is definitely one micro moment, and then another one would be this morning I did have a bit of a lie-in, and I haven't really kind of started working just yet, which again is something I'm trying to work on in terms of not feeling like I'm running out of time all the time.
Mhm.
Like working
Mhm.
on that, like I'm making my own time and I have
Yeah.
enough time. So that I felt that kind of crop up, that like thought in my head of being like, oh my God, I'm running out of time. I need to get to work
Mhm.
type feeling. And
Yeah.
then I kind of still managed to like overcome that. So that's another
Yeah.
one.
So that's more to do with like the first ingredient, which is like proof that you are capable of holding more. The second ingredient then was proof that I've already done enough to charge these prices. So the first example that you gave is good for that. Now, what I want you to understand is you said that you already know that the service is worth more and it's worth double. You know that on a conscious level.
Mm.
We need to really convince your subconscious. So like that's the difference. We as I'm sure you know because you work with identity, we create our reality based on our internal beliefs. We need to really convince, and our internal beliefs are stored in our subconscious mind or our unconscious mind. So it's all great and good to say, and you're right that your services are worth doubling, double the rate. We need to convince your subconscious. The
Mm.
way we do that is we are literally, what the micro moments do is, imagine like a scanner. You are literally scanning every single day moments that prove to your subconscious mind that you are worth it, that you have already done enough. Okay, so we're going to talk about the worth soon because that's a bit of a different ingredient, but that you have already done enough. And that is kind of to tackle those beliefs that you are too young or too small to be able to charge these prices.
Mm.
Okay, so we want you to constantly just scan your environment and scan what you're doing and write micro moments of how have you already done enough to double your prices. And this can be, again, it can be small things, it can be big things to begin with, it could be bigger things. You could think of a client that literally saw like a life changing transformation thanks to you, and you can write. Now, the more specific and detailed you are, the more, so we need to really emotionally connect. Okay, when the way we create neural connections in our brain is through emotions, evoking emotion. Okay, so you can describe to yourself in your notes how this and this client literally saw a life-changing transformation. She lost like so much weight, she changed jobs, or she got a promotion, or da 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 da, thanks to me. And then I want you to even go a step further. Don't just bring up that moment. I also want you to write or just say to yourself, that's amazing, like that is literal proof that my service is worth double what it is that I charge. Okay, you can go further. You can say, literally, this woman her life is now so different. Like, I don't know, let's say she's a mom, like she treats her kids so much better, her husband treats her so much better, she makes more money. Like, of course, all of those results are worth you, like, your services being double what they are right now. So as I say, it can be like the big things, and it can be in small things, but we really want you to really show this to yourself daily and really emotionally connect to it. Now, the way to know that you have emotionally connected to it, because I'm not going to lie to you, this work can feel a bit, it can feel like work, right? Because like it might be exciting to begin with, but this is not something that I want you to do for a week. It's something that I want you to do for 2 months. Okay, 2 months every single day. So at one point it's going to start feeling like a chore, I'm not going to lie to you. And in order to really make sure we emotionally connect to it, you need to, as I said, go that step further and just explain to yourself how freaking amazing that is. And you will know when you emotionally connected when you suddenly start smiling and you feel this like relief wash over your body. Okay, another tool I want you to give for that, so you're going to come out with a lot of tools from here, is I want you to use expanders. I want you to use, okay, I want you to find 5 people, okay, who are around the okay, who have achieved massive success before the age of 25. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Like, think of 5 people, either that you know in person or that you have, I don't know, listened to or on podcasts, or famous people or whatever it is, who achieved massive success before the age of 25. Okay, make a list of these people. And let me see what the next step is going to be with that. Okay, for each of these people, I want you to find 3 qualities that you admire in these people. Okay, 3 qualities that you admire in them. So overall, you will have 15 qualities. Now, we cannot see in other people what we don't see or what we don't have in ourselves. Okay. It would be literally impossible for you to see something in other people that you do not have in yourself. Like, everything is just a reflection, right? So when you have that list of 15 qualities, those qualities actually exist in you. So I want you to have, again, the list of 15 qualities on your notes app. And every single day, have a look at each one of these qualities just once a day. Okay. And think to yourself, where have I embodied each and every one of these qualities today? All we're doing here, all of this, as you can see, there's like a lot of similarities in like the technique. And that is just proving to yourself that you are already that person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to test your levels of self image surrounding this. So, we have talked about like feeling a bit too young and too small, but I kind of want to get this sense of like percentage where you are around self image, of like doubling your prices. So, let me see. Okay. I'm getting 34% self image. Now, self image is the way that you see yourself and the way that you perceive others to see you. Does that make sense? So it's both how you see yourself and how you think other people see you. So I'm getting 34%. Now, in order for you to really be rooted and fully believe that you are worth charging those prices, we need to get you to at, at least 78%. Okay. Now, what you need to understand here is, as long as you don't see yourself as someone who is truly, truly worth of these prices, other people won't see it. So you will get the occasional person here and there, but you really want to get to a point where like every single person who sees you and hears your prices is like, oh, fuck yeah, like she is so worth it, right? So for that, I'm going to give you another few tools. So far we had 3 tools. Now, I'm just going to see what it is that we need. I'm just finding the right one for you. Okay. Proof that I am special and it can only be gotten from me. Okay. Daily proof that you are special. Is it 2 ingredients or one? Let me see. Or one? Let me see. No, it's 1 ingredient. So we want that thing about being special. It's specifically related to the business. Okay. So that's another micro moments tool. Every single day, again, twice a day, I want you to find at least one moment where you are showing yourself that what you give either to your client, or even maybe you are working on an additional service that maybe you haven't provided yet. I want you to prove to yourself how the service that you are providing literally can only be gotten from you. It couldn't be gotten from anyone else, no matter what. Now, you might think, oh, but like, I haven't like developed a whole new method, right? Like, it's not something that no one has ever taught before. That's okay. Like, you and I could use exactly the same tools, like, and say the exact same words to someone, and one person would resonate with you so much more and the other person would resonate with me so much more, because that's just to do with our energy, the way that we deliver things, just the way that we just resonate with people for different reasons, right? So every single day I want you to explain how what you are doing in your career area of life. I want you to show to yourself how you are the only person that these people could get it from. Do you have an idea now? Like, if I'm putting you on the spot, but do you have a micro moment or an idea to tell me now? What's important here is we don't want to say something like very big. That's what I call in micro moments. I don't want you to be like, oh, that's because I'm a very caring person. Like, that is true. But in order to really prove it to your subconscious mind, we want to find specific moments when you prove to yourself that that is it.
Hmm.
I know it's tough.
Yeah, that's hard. That's a hard
Yeah.
question. I think especially when you're not in practice of like looking for those things,
Yes.
having so much opposite, like I'm not special type thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think like recently because that's easier, isn't it? Why is my service special?
Not even your, I mean, it couldn't be your service, but it's more the way that you deliver it. Okay. Why do your clients need you specifically? Why can they only get it from you?
I think I want to say because I like obviously I've my rebranding is kind of like the breakthrough coach, and I feel like at the minute I'm going through so many like micro little breakthroughs,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that makes me special. Obviously, I've been on my own journey with that,
Yeah.
so I think that for me
Mm-hmm.
is just like
Yeah.
lots of little mini breakthroughs that are happening for
Mm-hmm.
me at the minute in terms of like
Yeah.
identity, in terms of my business, in terms of all of that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So that's really good. What I want you to do with the micro moments is each and every one of these mini breakthroughs will be a micro moment. Okay. So, like, do you want to share with us, or maybe you don't, that's fine, but do you want to share with us like a specific mini breakthrough? The reason I'm like putting you on the spot is because I want you to almost practice this here. So when you go and do this work by yourself, you will kind of know what it is that you're looking for.
Yeah, I think the first one that comes to mind is when I kind of come up with the like breakthrough coach, like
Mm-hmm.
in terms of I finally feel like I pinpointed everything I'd been trying to say,
Mm-hmm.
all of my coaching previously, whereby like I just couldn't think of a word or like a way of phrasing what I do, and then I
Mm-hmm.
just had that. It was literally a breakthrough, and then that's
Mm-hmm.
where that came from.
Yeah.
But like that just hit the spot of exactly what I'd been trying to say for so long.
Yeah, perfect. So that's a great one in itself. So how could that relate to your clients only being able to get their transformation from you? So I want you to really connect the dots here.
Because it relates to it in the way of I don't know, this is hard.
It's hard, isn't it? If you want, I can kind of tell you what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So let me see. Okay. So even by you being so meticulate, how do you say it? You know what I mean to say? With trying to find the exact right word that will really show to your clients and to your potential like future clients what it is that you do, with being so specific in finding the right word, you are showing your clients how dedicated you are. Okay, or you're showing yourself how dedicated you are, how much you actually care. You don't just like blindside things, and you don't just like whatever, okay, this is like 70% good enough, like let's go with it. No, you are so, it is so important for you to really get to the best thing, and that is the kind of service that you give your clients. Does
Mm.
that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think the example that you gave is really good because it is a very, very small thing. It's not even something that you do with your clients. Because like you will have easier quote unquote micro moments, which is like today I took a client through like a session where I just knew exactly what questions to ask her. And she had, speaking of breakthroughs, she had such a big breakthrough and now she just feels so much more confident. Like that is such, it's an incredible micro moment. And that's so much easier to be like, well, this is proof that my clients can really only get this from me. But what you just said is also like a really good micro moment. This is like, okay, I was so determined to find the exact perfect word to describe what I do. And this is also showing me and in turn showing my clients how much I care, how particular I am about details, and how much I don't just let anything just like pass by. I make sure that everything is perfect. Does that resonate?
Yeah, I think it also in just the way of I'm always looking for like the next course or next thing
Yes.
to be learning, that type of thing,
Yeah.
because I do
Yeah.
I know that I can be so much better to help
Yeah, but
clients.
just with that, I do want to say, and by the way, I can so relate to that. Like we know each other like from before. Like we have both been in like courses together. I can so relate to that. However, we need to make sure that when you are looking to study the next thing, it comes from a place of not feeling like, oh, I don't know enough. Okay, it needs to come from a place of I know enough, and this is just because I want to learn more. Okay, and I don't know, do you feel like it ever comes from like a place of, oh, I don't know enough, I'm not good enough, that I need to improve? Or is it more from a place of like, I just genuinely, I know I'm very good and I want to just, I want to learn more, just like for my own knowledge and skills?
I think to be honest, it does come from more of the place of like I feel like I don't know enough,
Mm-hmm.
and because I don't have much evidence. But like you said, if I'm doing all of building up these lists of evidence, that's going to help massively.
Yes.
But it's also, I think, just in my nature just to want to improve
Yes.
constantly,
Yeah.
and continue to expand. So it's a little bit of both, I guess.
It is
There's
both.
definitely a part of me that's like, I feel like I want to know more. I don't know enough to be able to help my clients to the absolute best.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a little bit of that.
Okay, so for this, I'm going to give you another tool that just came to me, which I want you to create a list of 12 items. Each and every item is proof that you have already learned enough, and you have already. So it's not like I've already done enough to make this on the other. It's like proving to yourself that you already know so much. Like, so one item can be I did this course. Another item can be I did this course. Another one can be I did this training. Another one can be I have been, I don't know, like a personal trainer for X amount of years. Okay, so I want you to create a list of 12 items and I want you to connect to it daily. So every single day, go read it and feel proud of yourself for everything that you have learned so far. Okay, because I really want us to come to a place, and I do feel like it's going to be good for you to keep developing and keep learning more. But we want it to come from a place of like, I know so much. I know so much. I don't need to learn anything else to be the most amazing coach who doubles and triples and quadruples her prices. But if I ever learn more or sign up to another course, it's just because I want to, not because I feel like I am not good enough. Okay. So a list, and it's not, I'm trying to see, it's not even just qualifications. Okay. It can be also, hmm, it can be I have gotten like I have had X amount of clients who achieved incredible transformations. Okay, that can be one item on the list. And you see it and you're like, okay, if I manage to get so many clients, incredible transformations, that means I already know enough. I already have all of the tools to get people amazing transformations. Okay, so that's one more. And then I just want to give you one more micro moment tool before we move on to some physical tools. And that one is, and I'm going to kind of ask you the question of, it's going to be a bit of a difficult one. Why do you want to double your prices? What is the resonance behind it?
I want to double my prices because, like, as I said, I do deeply believe that what I'm offering is worth that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have as many clients. I'd rather have less clients to be able to give more to those clients and get better
Mm-hmm.
transformation
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. Okay. I think I misphrased it. So what I meant was, by the way, I love this, but what I meant was, okay, I'm trying to find the best way to phrase it. What emotion is under that that feeling of wanting to double your prices? So the reason we want to manifest anything or achieve anything, we don't really want the thing. We want the emotion or the feeling that it will give us. So what feeling will it give you?
I think like fulfillment and
Hmm.
clarity is what's coming to
Hmm.
mind.
Yeah. So what do you mean by clarity?
Like feeling like my service is really kind of clicking
Hmm.
with,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm on the right path with who I'm working with, how I'm helping them, the transformations
Hmm.
they're getting. It just feels like it's kind of clicking.
Okay, let me just check into that. Okay. So interestingly, I got a no for fulfillment, as in that's not something that we need to work on right now, which is interesting because I thought it would be a yes. But actually, with the clarity, so that is going to be the last like subconscious rewiring tool that I give you. And that is so everything that you just described now, I want you to turn that into an ingredient that you clock micro moments for. Okay. So every single day, once a day, find at least one moment when you felt like, okay, things are clicking. Or I am working with the best clients. It doesn't have to be that all of your clients are perfect, but maybe even if you had one really good conversation with just one client, I want you to clock that. And again, go that step further. Don't just write, I had a really good conversation with a client, but like this is showing me how much I have developed in my business and how much clearer I am that I am attracting clients who are a lot more aligned with what I want to do. Okay. Or it can be like, today I just had I even like sent a message. It doesn't have to be a conversation. Like I sent a message that really felt like the next level self was writing that message. My next level self was writing it. Okay. So that's the last thing that I want you to do. Again, the purpose of all of these tools is really to convince your subconscious mind that you are already there. Okay. Now, as I said, when we are manifesting something, we don't ever want that thing. We want the emotion behind it. So, for example, I can tell you, like for me, the reason that I want to earn more, like to grow my business and like make more money, is what I was asking myself, like recently, like what is the feeling that I want behind money? And I'm like, okay, actually, that's safety. I want to feel safe. What ingredient that I'm clocking now is like proof that I am safe. Okay, like daily. So what I want you to do is proof that I am clear, and we can even turn it into one clear and fulfilled, but more about the clear proof that I'm clear on what I do and that I'm already that person in my business. Okay.
That's definitely it, because I that's when the doubt comes in, and then I feel like I lose the clarity on what I'm doing and where I'm heading,
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. So we are clocking these moments. Now what happens when we clock them is, of course, like we scan constantly, we scan for proof. We convince our subconscious mind. We also subconsciously, because we know we have to clock these moments daily, we will create them more. Okay. And then the more you create them and the more you scan for them and think them and emotionally connect to them, you will become them
Mhm.
in like no time. Okay. So all of these tools that I just gave you, I know it's a lot. I'm going to send you a list later. As I said, it's work. Like it might take you like 15 minutes in the mornings and 15 minutes in the evenings. Like some of them I told you once, some of them twice. Like I'll send you the exact breakdown. But yeah, we want at least 2 months. Okay, what I'm getting is 2 months daily. So just commit to this and understand that this is the work. This is what we do in order to really step into that next level. Now, I do want to give you one like somatic tool. Let's see what's coming to me. Okay. It's a bit of a weird one, but I feel like we have some unprocessed emotions that we need to just bring up and then release them. Okay. So I'm going, it's a bit of a somatic, like part somatic, part breath work tool. And I'm going to show it to you here, like how it's done. It's a bit of like an embarrassing one where like someone else sees you doing it. So like you don't have to try it here. But essentially we inhale twice and exhale once, both with our mouths, okay, not with our nose. And the way it looks like, I'm going to show you, and it might look or sound familiar to you. I'll explain to you in a second. So it's going to look like this. Okay, so I want you to do this about 6 times. Okay, so 6 times. we don't want to do more than that because it does require a lot from our body. Now, as maybe as you were watching it or as you do it like later after the call, it might feel familiar. And the reason for that is this is actually the natural pattern that we do when we cry. So if you think about the last time that you like cried, like truly cried about something, not just like shed tears, but cried, you know how we cry and you're like, right? Like that's kind of so what it does is this is our natural mechanism of just processing negative emotions and bring our body and nervous system back to feeling safe. So when we are doing this intentionally, some negative emotions and negative feelings might come up, things that are stored in your subconscious. You might not even be aware of them, and you don't even need to name them at this point, okay? But I want you to practice this once a day. Okay. About 5 to 6 times. If you want to do it, if you feel like you want to do it for longer, then after you did it like 6 times, just like bring yourself back to normal breath and then go back into it because we don't want to be doing it for like too long at once. Negative emotions might come up. It's okay. Like let them come up. Tell yourself, I am safe, I am here, and I'm willing to let go. Okay. And this is like, if you ever like want to do like another session, we can talk about how to identify and name kind of underlying emotions. But for now, really, I feel like this together with the tools that I gave you will already give you that confidence that you need to really raise your prices. And I'm getting 2 months, but let me see, like get 2 months for the tools, but let me see how quickly you will be able to really get to that. Do you have like a specific number or goal that you want to get to with charging these new prices?
In terms of what, like total.
Like, do you have a specific number of clients that you want to attract or anything like that?
A
Or
number
just like a
that comes
ceiling?
to mind would be like 5.
Okay. Let me see how quickly we can like track 5 clients with these tools and with the increase in prices. Okay, I'm getting 9 weeks, okay, in the highest timeline. So highest timeline means really embodying these tools constantly, okay? So it really just depends on you. Now we don't need to be 100% perfect all of the time, but we do need to get to a point where like we tip the scales towards you believing in all of these ingredients I just give you more often than not.
Yeah.
Okay. And the way to do that is really just train our mind to look for evidence. And that way, the law of opposing forces, like you can't believe in two beliefs at once. So that belief that you are not worthy, the belief that you are too young, too small, whatever it is, those beliefs will have to be replaced by those new beliefs that we have talked about today. So, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. That was really, really helpful, and definitely lots of, like, obviously, I know I need to be finding evidence, but I think the more specific questions are really, really helpful in, like,
Yeah.
obviously identifying exactly where it is that I need to build that evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. There is also that thing of, again, what I got at the beginning, which was having that belief, which again, I got from the family area of life, which makes sense with what you said, that people don't pay that much for transformations, which kind of relates to what you said about your mom paying for like 30-pound courses here, like almost feeling like, well, do people actually pay these prices? Because at the end of the day, our beliefs, most of them are formed in our childhood and from what we see with our family. But do we need no, the tools that I gave you so far will be enough to really shift that. Okay, especially the one about proof that you have already done enough to double your prices. That part is really about self-image. Okay, so it's not about your worth right now. It's about the fact that even if you don't do anything else from now on, you have already done enough to charge these prices. Like we don't want you to keep looking for like the next thing that you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Do you have any like final questions or like yes or no's or anything like that? Or are you feeling
No,
clear?
I don't think so. No, I'm excited.
Yeah. I know. I'm excited to see how it goes. Yeah, so feel free to message me if you ever need like clarification about any of the tools or if you're not sure. Remember, very, very important to emotionally connect, okay, to each and every one. That's why it takes time. We're not just listing, we are waiting for that moment of relief, smile, feeling proud of ourselves, like whatever it is. So just make sure you do that. And yeah, I've loved doing this. You're going to do amazing. Like, yeah, I definitely when we're connecting these tools in like 9 weeks, you will have that like connecting to them daily. So that is incredible. Thank you so much for being here, Jay. And do you want to actually, because we have listeners here who might be interested in what you do, so do you want to share with us where people can find you, if there's anything specific that you're offering right now.
Yeah, so currently, as I've just kind of shifted, I'm just focusing on my one-to-one. I do have some other plans coming soon, hopefully. Um, but yeah, my Instagram is J_IB coaching. And that's my main place at the minute. Again, I'm working on getting a podcast started and some other bits and bobs, but I think I just need that kind of kick up the bum to kind of get it started. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's where I'm
I'm
at.
a big yes for podcasts. So definitely. Like, let me see, actually. I just want to check into
It's
that
again just
quickly.
trusting my voice with it and feeling like I have like that I have something unique to say.
That will come from the tools as well. Proof that you are special and can only be gotten from you. I got a yes for starting in the next month, so I would definitely just go with it.
Yeah.
Honestly, just start. And also, like as you are writing these, sorry, I don't know if you can hear the noise. Obviously, my neighbor has decided to like drill outside of his house. But each and every one of the micro moments that you write in proof that I am special and it can only be gotten from me can literally be turned into a podcast episode. Okay, like that idea and that theme that you pull out of it can be a podcast episode. And it's not like, hey, look at me, I'm going to tell you how great I am, but it's more like, I helped a client through this, that, and the other. Let me make a podcast about how that helps, how that's possible.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for being here, Jay. This was lovely.
Thank you so much
Thank
for having
you. And yeah, go check Jay out. She's incredible. And yeah, she gives her clients amazing transformations like I see on Instagram, and she's absolutely incredible.